Welcome back, you're with Terry from Bonsai Tree, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do root over rock using figs. If you find the following content helpful, then you can thank me by clicking the thanks button just below the video. There are many wild sources of inspiration for root over rock styles. This tree we found when we were on holiday some time ago. Not only does it provide some guidance on how to place the tree on the rock, but it also is fantastic to look at in terms of the canopy and the way that the tree is shaped. This image is a great source of inspiration for seeing how roots web and intertwine around a surface. The material that I'm going to be using is Natal fig or Ficus natalensis, and it is a very commonly found and very robust fig species. I was very fortunate enough to find a bunch of these trees as neglected bag stock in a nursery some time ago. At the time, I severely cut the root system back and then potted them up into a very coarse draining mix. You could of course just as easily grow these from cuttings, and in fact cuttings is a fantastic way to grow root over rock, as figs very quickly and easily fuse together. Of great importance is also your selection of stones. Figs' roots are known to and definitely do break rocks, so it's advisable to use very hard stone. Don't use any sandstone type of material. Make sure that the rocks are very interesting to look at. This means that you should avoid flat or round stones. Crevices and grooves make fantastic places for roots to be guided into and will eventually fill. For the initial phases of development of this root over rock planting, you can pretty much use any container. My personal preference is to either use clay or wood, but you can certainly use a suitably sized plastic container if that's what you have available. So let's get stuck in. First step, of course, is going to be to get the tree out of the existing container. The root growth that you see on this tree is a single season, and this is testimony to the aggressive nature of the root system of these species. Next, I'm going to clean off the old soil, and this is mainly so that I can arrange the roots. If while you're working you see the roots beginning to dry out, then it's a good idea to mist them gently with some water. This is the stone that I've selected for this planting. This flattish side will serve as a fantastic base to keep stability. There are various crevices into which I can guide some roots. This open area is an ideal spot to position the tree on top of. Spend a good deal of time exploring the options of how you can position the tree onto the stone. Although the roots of ficus will flatten out onto the stone, it is ideal to rather place as little distance between the stone and the roots as possible. If something hinders placing the tree against the stone, then see if you can reduce it. After finding the basic spot for the tree on the stone, the next is to place the smaller roots into the crevices. If you end up with multiple roots in a single crevice, that's fine, because those roots are going to fuse. Try to create interest through movement in the roots and not just to have them go straight down from the trunk and into the soil. Next, you need to secure the tree against the stone. There are many different ways to do this. If the roots are thin enough, you can use tin foil, because this will also help to shape the roots against the stone. A very traditional method would be to use aluminium wire, but due to the very aggressive nature with which these roots develop, I'm concerned about the wire bite that'll happen. So I prefer to use something which is perishable. This might include cotton bandages or rope. For these plantings that I'm doing, I'm using raffia in the dry form. Next, I'm going to prepare my pot. This includes covering the drainage holes with mesh and tie-down wires to keep the planting in place. You don't need to be too fussy about the growing medium. In this particular case, I'm using something that is quite rich with organic material. This is going to give me a higher CEC value, which is the ability of the soil to hold on to nutrients and release it to the tree as fertilizer. Use your tie-down wires to secure the planting into the container. Now you can add some more growing medium. Be sure to work this growing medium in between the roots so that there are no air pockets which remain. Once done, give the tree a good thorough watering. At this stage of development, the tree is repotted at least every 2 years, maybe even every year. This gives plenty of opportunities to correct the roots. For now, I'm going to keep the top portion of the tree as this will aid in sap transfer and therefore also thickening of the base, but ultimately I do plan to cut the trunk very much shorter. To drive home the concepts that we just discussed, I'm going to do several more of these plantings. If you found that content helpful and you'd like to thank me for it, please do so now by clicking the thanks button just below the video. Over the coming months, the raffia will perish and will allow the roots to expand without biting into it. In total, I ended up doing 8 of these root over rock plantings. It's always advisable to do multiples of things because not all of them are going to turn out awesome. In this way, you can select your favorite ones and then sell or give away the others. The root over rock style can be a really fun style to create. It really doesn't need to be costly either, as you probably already have all that you need. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And until next time, take care, goodbye.